How's it going, guys? Coffee here. Today I wanted to go over a guide for both Erika 1 and Erika 2, and honestly pretty much any character that can run Thunder Spike, which means likely the new Rosa will be covered in this as well, but I'll actually cover a individual video for her. So yeah, pretty much want to go over the recommendations for doing the early leveling on this. There's already some resources out there from some great other content creators that I'll be sure to get linked in the spreadsheet by both BM Legolas for covering Erika 1 kind of from 0 to hero, and then one from Mia Kitten for covering Erika 2 all the way from the beginning all the way to 8.2. So let's kind of go over the gist of what's happening or what's going on with this. For both of these, the reason why everyone is playing Thunder Spike is num scaling is just being pushed really, really hard. They've numbed. If you don't know, the numbed effect will basically increase the damage that the enemy takes by 5% for every stack of numbed. You can get up to 10 stacks. And then with the tree itself, you can actually get it to have 10% effect as well. So if we actually go into Goddess Hunting here, let's actually look at another tree here. If we look at the lightning tree, wherever it is, they did mention they're making a whole separate new lightning tree, so it's likely these lightning nodes are going to be under there. But if you look at conductive, this changes the num stack from 5% additional damage to 10% additional damage. So you're already seeing 100% additional damage from numbed from that alone. Then on the Erika trait line here, she's just getting multi-strike, so this is going to just be a ton of additional strikes for her. But the gist of this, let's mainly focus on Erika 2 for this. The build for this, what ends up happening is she is able to get even more numbed effect on Erika herself. So you have your feline figures here that are going to be hitting things with numbed themselves already with the core of her kit. And then you are able to get 20% additional numbed effect here. And then you are able to get another 80% additional numbed effect here just by having movement speed. And then you're able to get even more numbed effect from the other things on the tree as well. So if we actually look at the tree here, let's go ahead and put her in this here. If you look under the tree here, we don't know if they're going to be under the Blade Runner tree here or if they're going to be moved under the new tree for lightning, because they did mention in the patch notes there's going to be a tree for lightning. So I presume a lot of this lightning stuff is going to move out of here and move somewhere else. We'll see. This might just be related to like the multi-strike and two-hander stuff, just because they have to have moved these points to somewhere else, right? They what is it? Skill trees? No. It's going to be hard to find this. I should have looked for a bigger term than lightning. Oh, you know what? I know we have one. They named it Liched. So here, Assassinus, themed around lightning. So I presume most of this lightning stuff is going to be moved under there. But either way, we have this numbed effect, scaling, and basically increased attack and cast speed. Pretty much just kind of where you're just going with it. Lightning damage, numbed effect. You're just pushing this to the absolute extreme. Regardless of if you're playing on Erika 1 or Erika 2, on Rosa or anything else, you're basically just going to be pushing into all of this numbed effect scaling. Now that we have our fourth tree as well, so early on you can again start with either perception or flicker here. Flicker will help just if you want to map or move even faster, just because you can stack whirling blades along with blink or along with any mobility skill, because you can use that to just basically teleport yourself around even further. And then you use rushed as well, since you're always moving, you're always going to be having this additional damage. For the later trees, they have added some new stuff here new support here. So if you look for the focus skills here, for the Thunder Focus, which is what everyone is very, very excited about, you gain 5 focus points for every 2 meters moved. When focus points reach 100, it will consume all focus points and trigger a skill that will do a large hit. I'm pretty sure they showed this on stream. They were showing that this is triggering like numb defect or giving numb stacks as well as damage. And then you can also use this acuteness focus on top of the Thunder Focus, so we can kind of build around this synergy around the new focus supports. So they were showing a lot of mods for focus speed, which is going to be energy gain, so how fast you're getting these stacks. So it looks like you should be able to get to the support on them to where you're basically using these almost more of like an auto bomber build, which does seem really, really exciting. Does seem really good. And again, it falls right in line with a lot of the numbed effect scaling and lightning scaling that you're already doing. So they've also made some pretty other big buffs here to other things, which the Thunder Manipulator gloves have been buffed from being 35% additional damage against numbed enemies to 75% additional damage against numbed enemies. That's really big. That's quite a bit of extra multiplier for this build. Farewell Desire has been like a early weapon for progression. It got nerfed a little bit, but to be honest, you're getting enough damage in other places. I don't think it's going to matter. And then same thing goes. So Despise Shadow is going from negative additional damage to positive additional damage. So there's some other buffs here. Two other things. Electric Amplifier takes a little tiny bit of a nerf, but again, with all the other buffs that you're getting, I'm not expecting this to hurt in any degree. Then if we actually look at the deck stacking things, they've actually buffed these quite significantly as well. So if you look at like Ralph's Laws, Isravel's Laws, Magnus Laws, these have all been buffed as well. 9% additional to 16% additional per agility blessing. So they're pushing a lot of different things into these builds, and they're just they're pushing them quite a bit. So it seems like the direction where they want to take things. It seems like it's going to be really good. I'm going to end up likely league starting on one of the 3 of these. I'm still really torn between the new Rosa, Erika 2, or Erika 1. I'm leaning more towards Erika 2 or the new Rosa. Just because scaling around movement speed always feels good, always feels great. Erika 1, I'm not as... Where's she at? Windstalker. She has one where I'm more worried about because there was a note here in patch notes that they were saying this right here. Fixed an issue where additional multi-strike damage increment was not working correctly, which previously caused players to have excessive multi-strike damage increment. So I'm curious if this is like a... We don't know what this means, I guess, right? So Erika 1 might have been doing 3 times, 4 times more damage than she was supposed to be doing, right? They mentioned that they were doing excessive damage, or an excessive damage increment. Like, this might be a significant, basically, fix, right? If this was a bug that was causing quite a significant amount of damage, this might be really, really big. They're saying there was a bug with Thunder Spike where it was dealing more damage as well. Oh, this was a minor, though. This was just meaning you could use Elemental Fusion over other stuff. So, over another support, you just use another support instead. You'll lose like 2% of damage because of not being able to use Elemental Fusion. So, either way, this is still really good. I will link to these other build guides here. So, I covered some early leveling stuff just from my practice. Here, this is the Erika leveling stuff here. You have this Thunder Focus that you'll get right around 33. If everything stays the same. Despise Shadow, you get really early in the early treasure troves. You get Electrocute here around level 20. And then if you want to follow, and my recommendation is going to be to probably take the Focus based tree, if the focus skills are actually pushing damage as hard as we think they are, then you're going to want to push those, which means you'll probably end up wanting to take the focus damage tree after your lightning damage tree. So, but if you don't want to follow my version, whatever I'll be playing, if I don't end up playing it on stream, just check out the other guides. They do a better version than what I can do. Like, these are players that were dedicated to everything. Again, I'll have links to their streams, links to their YouTube channels down below, because they cover Erika better than I can in a short amount of time. So this is at least correlates the information to where you guys know where to go find it, and then kind of gives you a rundown of basically what everyone or most people are going to be doing. Thunder Spike will probably be the biggest skill again, because it is being pushed even harder than it was last league. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and other than that, see you in the next one.